Hey there, productive people. How's it going? My name is Carter Srirac, and I'm also known as the Productive Dude here on YouTube. In today's video, we're talking about Notion, more specifically, Notion Embeds. I'm going to give you 5 of my favorite embeds for Notion, and these are just basically different add-ons that you can add to Notion to give it increased functionality. So they might work within Notion, they may use the API in some ways, to manipulate the data that you're actually taking in, or they might just be visual things that can help you to create a better dashboard in Notion. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Kicking things off, I want to start out with an app called Scribe. Scribe really makes it easy to create how-tos in a visual format, and this is great for peer-to-peer learning, documentation if you're trying to create instruction guides for your way of doing things at your company, or you want to even just share with a friend how to do something click by click. It's also good for technology adoption, onboarding, which I really have enjoyed this for. I think that it's really good for onboarding. If you want to give somebody the step-by-step guide on how to conduct something or how to do something. This is also good for customer experience and customer service. So if you're quickly trying to show a customer how to do something on a computer, this can be a great solution for you. Now I'm going to show you guys what this does, but first let's look at the pricing. If your needs exceed the free plan, for instance, if you need to show somebody how to do something on a desktop app, the Pro plan also provides branded guides and advanced edits. So this is just going to allow you to get those step-by-step guides looking a little bit nicer and branded. And it also offers advanced export formats and engagement insights, so you can track some of your analytics. The enterprise plan steps it up a notch, and this truly is for enterprise companies that have specific needs, and you can take a look at them here. I'm going to include a link to Scribe in the description if you want to check it out. Now, let me show you how it works. So the way that Scribe works is you're actually going to install a Chrome extension, and it's going to look something like this. And once you're ready to start recording your guide, you can hit Start Recording. And now, as you can see, it's blinking up here and it's recording my actions on my computer so that it can create a guide and it'll generate a link for that guide. And then we can actually embed that in Notion. So if I wanted to teach somebody this cool trick that I learned in Google, where you can make Google do some interesting things, I would just start doing exactly what it is I'm teaching. So I would click on the search bar and then I would type, do a barrel roll, hit enter, and as you can see, that makes Google do a full 360 flip. So if I wanted to, I could end it right now by clicking on that blinking dot up here. But if I wanted to continue on, I could click on the next search result. Let's say I wanted to watch this video here. I could click on that. So it's recorded all of my actions up until now. And let's say at the very end, I wanted them to leave a like on this video. Okay, so they would hit like. Now, if I hit stop on the recording, it's going to automatically pull me into this page right here, which is going to be named after the page that I started the Scribe on. So in this case, it called it Google Workflow, but I can actually change that name to how to make Google do a barrel roll. And then as you can see, as I scroll down, it's generated this guide right here. So step 1, navigate to Google. Step 2, click on the text field and it shows exactly where I clicked. Type do a barrel roll and then hit enter. And then click on this first result here. And then it had this click here to pause the video. That's not 100% necessary to my guide. So what I might do is I might just hit this and hit delete step. Hit delete. And then it's going to just make my step 5 click here. So I click the like button. I can also switch these out. So I could change this to click the like button. I could go through and edit this and I could make this one, well, that looks good. Click make Google do a barrel roll, or I could just change it to click the first video. But for the most part, this is good to go. This guide is ready. I can also change some of the settings over here if I want to. I can get notified if there are any engagements if I wanted to. So if people actually use this guide. There's also some ways that you can edit the steps so you can combine them. You can select multiple or you can combine the similar steps. And right here, you can decide if you want comments to be allowed on the guide. So comments to the general public and comments from your teammates, those are the options here. And if you see up here, it says not shared right now. But if we wanted to embed this guide right into Notion, all we would have to do is hit share, smart embed, copy embed snippet, and then we're gonna head over to Notion. Once you're in Notion on a page where you wanna put this guide, you could hit the slash button, and then you could type embed, hit enter, and then just paste that text that you grabbed and hit embed link. Now it's going to pull my guide right into Notion, and this is how it's going to look. If I want to edit the size of it, I can do so just by dragging this out. And this gives you this really nice sort of like step-by-step guide on how to make Google do a barrel roll. And I can hit get started, and it will tell me the steps in order, right? So this is really effective if you want to put this into Notion and you want to share a process on how to do something. You could even create a dashboard full of your SOPs within your company, or a onboarding for future clients. And once they go through this whole process, they can hit finish, and it's going to ask them to create your own if they want to use Scribe themselves or restart Scribe. Down here it says made with Scribe, so there is some branding on this, but you got to keep in mind this is a free app, so there are going to be some trade-offs when it comes to that. But if you wanted to upgrade, you could get your own branding and your own look on this. All right, so the next embed that I'm going to show you for Notion is called Notion Forms, and it actually adds a whole new layer of functionality to Notion. I'm really excited to show you this one, so let's jump into it. All right, so this is Notion Forms, and as you can see, it has like similar branding to Notion, and their whole website is geared towards creating forms using Notion and using their third-party application. And you can actually simply add forms to your pages just by using this app. So they do have a free version that works pretty well. The pro version allows you to have a few different fields. It allows you to remove the branding. It allows for some more integrations. And it's really quite robust when it comes to creating forms in Notion. We also have the enterprise version if you're really looking to use this heavily in your organization. The free version should suffice for you though. This should get the job done for whatever you're trying to accomplish. So as you can see on my food dashboard here, I have this form embedded, and all I have to do if I come across a new recipe is give it a name. So let's say I came across a recipe for a chai latte. I could simply give that recipe a name, chai latte, and then I could select the course type. So what type of recipe is this? And in this case, it would be a drink. I could add some ingredients in here. So let's go with almond milk. Maybe we scroll through and we add like brown sugar. There could be a number of ingredients that you want to add, but I'm just adding some just as a generic example. These are by no means, the full ingredient list of a chai latte, but you can add ingredients. That's the point here. And then you can select your experience level. So is this something you wish to try, or is it tried and true? I could hit tried and true. And then I could enter the recipe instructions. So I can do step 1, brew some coffee. Step 2, froth your milk. All right, and then I would hit add recipe. And before, I didn't have this recipe in my database, but if I go to my recipes now and I do a quick search, let's just type in, let's go to sort by ingredients. Let me type in chai. Then if I go under almond milk here, as you can see, it's entered that into my database, and it has those steps listed out. It also has the ingredients and the status, and I can add on to this if I want to from here. I can add a date that I want to make it, so I can add it to like a sort of meal plan. But that is Notion Forms. Let me show you how to create your own Notion form really quick. So before you create your Notion form, you're going to want to create a table in Notion. So just hit / and then type in page, hit enter, and we're going to create a table, okay? And I'm just going to name this table YouTube video ideas, okay? And we're going to name this first column idea name. And we might want to add select column and just put experience. So before I make a YouTube video, I have to learn how, I have to learn about the topic. So I might put not knowledgeable, and then I might also put in somewhat knowledgeable. Then I might put knowledgeable, and then very knowledgeable, just to gauge what level of expertise I have in that area. So this is a very basic table, but if I go back to my Notion embeds, now I have this table. And what I can do is I can change the icon. So let's just go with that magnifying glass, because I'm coming up with these different ideas, doing a bit of research, right? So once you're actually ready to add your form to Notion and connect it up with this table, you're just gonna click into this table, you're gonna click share, and then you're gonna click in this empty space here, and then you're gonna click Notion Forms. Hit invite, and then hit copy link. Now that we have the link copied to our clipboard, I can head over to Notion Forms. Once you're in Notion Forms, just hit create a new form and paste that URL that you just copied right here. And boom, all of a sudden it's pulled up this form here. It says YouTube video ideas, and it has two fields, idea name and experience level. So I can edit the look and feel of this. So let's give it a different title. Add a new YouTube video idea. I can give it a description if I wanted to, and then we can move these fields around if we want. So I can just drag these very simply. You can decide if you want to make them required by hitting this little button here. So now both of these fields are required for this form to submit. And I can click into the settings as well. And there are some general settings that you can change, but if you don't have the pro version, you're not going to be able to see these ones here. I'm going to hit close because this looks fine to me. And again, if you have the pro version, the $15 a month version, you can go into form theme and you can change it to simple, or you can change it to Notion, which is the one that I prefer because it looks well branded and it looks a lot like the Notion forms that we're used to. And then where it says form width, I like to change this one to full width if I have the pro version. And then you can also add a cover picture that should show up top here, and a logo if you wanted to. You can also decide if you want it to use your device settings for light and dark mode, or if you just want it to be light mode or dark mode. I'm just gonna go ahead and use device settings, and then you can change the color of the button. You can also hide the title if you want to. You can remove the branding, so the branding down here if you have the pro version as well. I always do that just to make the form look a little bit cleaner and to make it look like it really is a part of Notion. And then down here, you can change what the button says. So add new video idea is what I'm gonna make it say. We're gonna wanna make sure this is set to create new record. And then when it says post submission action, I like to do show success page. But then here, I like to hit allow users to fill the form out again. So add another video idea. So this is what's going to show up after you fill it out one time, and it brings you to the success screen. And then here you can add a success message. So your video idea has been submitted. If I scroll a bit further down, you'll see that in the pro version, they have notifications and integrations as well. If you want to integrate with Zapier through webhooks so that you can integrate with any other software that you might have. In this way, you can send the data to not only your Notion database, but you can also send it to other apps that integrate with Zapier. And there's tons of apps that you can use with Zapier, so that's nice. I'm gonna close all these, and let's go ahead and get this form embedded. So just hit create form. And now the form is created. All I have to do is hit embed form in Notion, copy this link, then we'll head back to wherever we want to embed this. You can embed it anywhere as long as you still have this table somewhere. You can embed this on any of your pages, and you can hit slash and then type embed, hit enter, and then paste that URL, hit embed link. Here I can now drag this out and it looks quite nice. I can add an idea name. So an idea for a YouTube video might be 5 Notion embeds, and then experience, knowledgeable, add new video idea. And then if I wanted to add another one, I can just hit add another video idea. And let's say we wanted to do a video on productivity tips. We're gonna go very knowledgeable. add new video idea. And then if I go into this table that I've created, now you can see that it's added these entries here. So if you remember right, we added to the form productivity tips, very knowledgeable, 5 Notion embeds, knowledgeable, and I'm gonna delete these default fields that it generates off the bat. But that is a pretty nice way to actually integrate forms into Notion, and I really like this app. The next tip for Notion Embeds is to use a website called Apption. And remember guys, as I said before, I'm gonna have the links to all of these apps in the description so you can check them out. But Apption actually allows you to do plenty of different embeds. So you can actually access this, and there's gonna be way more than just the 5 that I mentioned in this video. So with Apption, there are a few things to keep in mind when it comes to pricing. Free users are able to use Notion URLs. You're allowed up to 3 embeds. Embed views are limited to 1,000, and you can have up to 1 Apption widget at a time. And then you're also going to have ads potentially on your embeds if you are a free user. Now, this is definitely enough for most people to stick with the free plan if you're not going to have tons of embeds. But when it comes to utilizing all of these, you're going to want to maybe subscribe to the paid platform here. So once you're in Apption, you can scroll through all of the different embed options that they have here. Let's just go with this whiteboard. Let's say we want to be able to collaborate and draw things in Notion. So we'd hit this whiteboard here, and it's going to give us some instructions here for embedding this in Notion. So what you're going to have to do is just read through this and follow the steps, and you should have no problems getting this to work. So step 1 is to visit the website and get your whiteboard. Step 2 is to copy the URL of your board. So I'm going to copy this and then paste the copied URL into a Notion embed block, just like we were doing before with the other embeds. So if I hit /embed in Notion, hit enter, and then paste that, hit embed link, boom, it's going to give me a whiteboard that I can use right here in Notion. So if I just click this pencil, as you can see, I can draw different things. Super nice, right? Did you know that you can also embed videos in Notion, and not just any videos, you can embed looms. So this can be very useful if you're trying to teach somebody how to do something similar to the first embed that I showed you guys, Scribe. Loom allows you to record quick videos that you can embed right in Notion to show somebody how to do something. So let's show you how to do that. So once again, if I wanted to show somebody how to do the barrel roll trick with Google, I could just install the Loom Chrome extension. So once I have it installed, I could click on that. And once you're signed in, this is what you should see. You can edit the settings a bit here. So you can have your camera on if you wanted to. You can have this audio recording. And as you can see, it's testing my audio level right here. So I can make sure that I'm actually picking up what I'm saying. And then you can hit start recording. Click the screen that you want to record. If you have multiple monitors, that's why it pops up here. But I only have one right now. So if I click that screen and hit share, it's going to give me a little countdown. As you can see, I'm down here in the corner. And if I want to, I can change the menu here. I can hide that. I can also hide my face if I want. So we can go completely clear screen, and I could show somebody. I could just speak and I could say, hey guys, if you want to learn a cool trick in Google, you can simply go to Google and type do space a space barrel space roll, hit enter. And that is how you do the barrel roll trick with Notion. All right, and then once we're done with that, we can click this Loom button up here, and it's going to pull us into this Loom account. And I can just change the name of this, how to do a barrel roll with Google. And then up here where it says share, I can hit that, and I can hit copy link, head back over to Notion, and I can type /Loom, hit enter, and you can paste and hit embed link. And now if somebody wants to learn how to do that trick, they can simply hit the play button corner and pull and type how you do, and they can watch this video here. They can even leave reactions. They can watch it at different speeds. As you can see, this also allows you to turn on captions. It'll automatically generate captions for you. Hey guys, if you want to learn a cool trick in Google, you can
simply go to Google and type do space A space barrel space roll, hit enter.
This works great if you wanted to create a database of things that you wanted to remember how to do, or you wanted to be able to share with people. And you can use the combination of these Loom tutorials and Scribe guides to get the job done. All right, are you guys ready to hear the final embed? Well, this one is a little bit interesting because you can pretty much create anything that you want within a PDF and embed that PDF. And I'm not just talking about any PDF. I'm talking about using an app called Miro, which is a very robust digital whiteboarding tool that allows you to create things like mind maps and then add them into Notion. And I oftentimes like to accompany my notes with visual aids or diagrams to help me understand what's going on. So this works really well for me. Let me show you how to do it. If you want to, you can click up in the corner here and that will bring you to a playlist of all of my Miro videos so you can get some more in-depth knowledge on this. But these are the pricing plans. You've got the free plan, which allows you to have 3 editable boards, some pre-made templates, integrations, and basic attention management. So the free plan will work probably for most of you guys, but the team, business, and enterprise plans are also good. I actually have this sneaky plan down here called the consultant plan. It's a 5th plan that's kind of hidden down here. And this works best if you're just, a single user of Miro. While this doesn't allow more than one user, it does still allow guests. So you can have guests come look at your boards. You just can't have multiple team members with the consultant plan unless you upgrade. And then in that case, it would cost $12 per member. But if you are going to be more team focused, you might want to go with the team plan because that's only $8 per member. Once you're in Miro, you can create a new board. You can close the template section when that pops up. And then what I'm going to do is just create a frame. So I'm going to drag a frame out. And this frame right here is going to allow me to save whatever's inside of it. So let's just say I have a mind map here. And to create a mind map in Miro, I have another tutorial on this that goes more in depth on how to think about this. But at a simple level, all you have to do is click the shape tool. You can click on this rounded one if you want, or you could connect circles. But I'm just going to do this shape tool here. You're going to drag that out, and then you can put words in here. So if I was like creating a sitemap for a website, I might have a home page, and then we might add some circles underneath it to visualize what pages are going to be linked out to from the home page. So we might have about, and then I could hit Command C, Command V, and it's going to create the same size circle. Maybe we have a services page as well. Command C, Command V, drag that out. Then maybe we're gonna have a contact page as well. Now I'm just gonna center up this home and I'm gonna click this arrow tool over here. We're gonna just change it to a normal connector line and I can just click and drag to connect to these different circles. So we're gonna do that with all of them. So this is a mind map and that is something that we can actually embed in Notion as a visual aid alongside our notes if we wanted to. There's lots of ways to create different things in Miro. You can also create like little Venn diagrams if you want to. So let's just show an example of that. Let's go with like a yellow and then maybe copy this, paste it. We've got that and let's go with green. You could also add a third circle. So Command C, Command V, and you can drag it out, line it up how you want to. Let's go with blue for that one. And then inside of it, you could add little sticky notes. I'm gonna drag that down a bit so that it fits. Then you could type different things in here. So whatever it might be that you're comparing. And if I wanna zoom in on this, you can add multiple sticky notes. So I'm just gonna copy and paste a bunch of these. And as you can see, you can add all of the different comparing factors for whatever it is that you're trying to compare and contrast. So those are just a few ways that you can create these visual diagrams using Miro. You can also just use the pen tool and you can draw things. And just as a quick note, this works really well with the iPad. If you have the Magic Pencil, you can draw things and you can write things a lot easier. So let's just use my mouse for now. And I'm just gonna write my name here. And when you have this frame, you can drag it around and it's going to include everything in that frame that you have framed up. This triangle is a little bit out of it, so I'm just going to drag that so that it stays in there. And then once I'm ready to embed this in Notion, I can click on the frame we can choose a background color. If you just want it to be transparent, that's totally fine, but you could also like change the background color if you wanted to. I'm just going to keep it transparent. And we're going to click these 3 dots. And then we're going to hit export as image. And you can import this to Notion as a JPEG if you want to, so small, medium, or large. And you can also import it as a vector. So I'm going to import this one as a vector, which is a PDF. We're going to hit export. And then from here, we can just give that a name. So let's just say we're going to name it diagram. Head back over to Notion, and then you can hit /PDF, hit enter. And then where it says upload, just hit choose a file. Go to wherever you saved that and select it, hit open. And then boom, we have a nice Miro board here so that it kind of acts as a visual aid alongside any notes that we want to take. I hope you've enjoyed these embeds as much as I have. Even though Notion is very customizable, it's nice to be able to leave the confines of the blocks that they have here and venture out into using some of these different widgets. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video, and I hope that these embeds help you to create a stronger Notion dashboard that helps you get more done and stay focused and just have all the information you need and all the tools you need right at your disposal. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment below, and subscribe for more content. And remember, all of the links to these embeds that I've shared in this video are in the description. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.